Welcome to this look at a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here on Frankenmuth farming map by TaylorFarms, 316.1 megabytes to download. This has been ported over from FS22 by TaylorFarms. We've got an additional crop type, alfalfa, has been put in, so you can use that for it's a grass crop, so mowing, turn it to hay, you can bale it, and I think it's been added in too, if I recall correctly. Let's go down to, it's been added into feed mixes and stuff. I'm sure it said that. Yep. So yeah, alfalfa can be used for those types of things. I'm going to say straight off the bat, I did all my prep, came on to start recording, and my character wouldn't move at all. I could go from first to third person, but I could not move my character whatsoever. If you have that happen, I tabbed to a vehicle. As soon as I tabbed to a vehicle, then got out of the vehicle, I was fine. So for whatever reason, don't know what it was that caused it, it wouldn't move. Very peculiar. Contracts are available on the map, including deadwood, those kind of things. If we come on to here, and we come down to our contracts page, you can see wood transport. And as we progress, as we're doing the map tour, more and more contracts will gradually start to appear. I've just come onto the map. The AI GPS, I didn't show it actually on Calmston Farm, is working. I went onto one of the fields with the harvester and set a worker off. Then I went onto the GPS system and did it myself. All working absolutely fine. And there's no reason why it wouldn't be. I just, doesn't hurt to double check these things. The map looks like this. So, on New Farmer, we start with the main farm here, and this main farm plot, let's just go to farmland. That main farm plot, there's 47,000. We start with this field here, this field here, this field here, and these grass ones. Now, this is really weird, and again, I don't know if the map needs an update. I'm not too sure. I'll explain. Actually, I'm going to talk about that now. So on the previous version, this on FS22, it had some updates, and I think there was another map by TaylorFarms. I'm trying to think what it was. That if you baled, it gave you a Stars and Stripes bale wrap, and I thought, well, I better check that because it might be. I baled some straw. It didn't give me that net wrap, and I thought, well, we got two grass fields, so I bought out a mower. The grass fields aren't grass fields exactly, in so much as if we look across the road, they're all kind of flat like this. It's not meadow grass. The mower wouldn't mow anything. So I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll paint the meadow grass, the long grass, over it, and I can mow that. So on my test map I can, on Riverbend Springs I can. I painted the grass over the top of this, and it wouldn't mow it either. So whether this is just a placeables area, or whether you're going to need to plough it up and actually plant grass, but the grass wouldn't mow. It was very strange, not quite sure why. Again, just thought I'd point that out. So a couple of things. The other thing I'm going to say, and I've realised what it is, literally in the last couple of minutes. When I drove around doing my prep, I actually went on to check FS22 to see if it was the same map maker that had made it. I wondered if it had been ported over by someone else. This version on 25 has all the 25 bells and whistles. So all the new stuff on 25 is on the map. It's all here. But it feels it's lost its character. It feels a bit sterilised. I'm driving around and when I was doing my prep last night, I was thinking, I don't understand what's different. Why does it feel so? I remember doing the maps on this previously, and there's a little sort of town area. There's some houses off in the direction I'm pointing, off in that way. And I remember it having this really kind of homely feel, and these little river ditch things, and that all seems to have just been sterilised. And I realised what it is. There's no decoration. There's no detail. Now, I know people don't necessarily like maps with litter and rubbish and stuff everywhere, but there's nothing. If you look at the grass, all the grass areas, or pretty much all the grass areas, are really flat. And I'm thinking, yeah, but that still doesn't make sense. Then it dawned on me, there's no bushes. There's no bushes, weeds, flowers, nothing. Now, I'm not saying there aren't areas of the US where that is the case. If it's flat and the winds whistle across, maybe bushes and stuff don't grow. But it just feels very sterile. Apologies to TaylorFarms. That's just my opinion. You may not feel that way. That's just how I feel about it as it stands. Right, slot count we'll talk about now as well. 1,349 on New Farmer. On farm management, start from scratch, that comes down to 1,126. You don't start with any of the vehicles, machinery and equipment. Now you might think, oh, okay, that's not a huge drop. You wait till we go around the barns. The amount of equipment you start with is insane. I thought the slot drop would be much, much higher. But it wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. So that's your slot count. We do have the NPCs on the map. There is a train. There are 45 collectibles. The other thing to point out is production. There we go. We've got another contract appeared there for hooing. So if we come on to here, actually go up. So owned, we don't own any production chains, but these are the production chains that are available on the map. And again, it makes it easier for doing map tours because I don't have to go on there to show people what they produce and what the productions and cycles are. You can just jump into here and have a look. So there is a bakery, carpentry, cooper, grain mill, rope maker, sawmill, 2 sugar beet pilers. We'll get to those later on. They baffle me. Taylor shop and wagon builder. It will make sense when I go over there. I'll explain about my bafflement. Oh yeah, field prices. Field prices are pretty good, I have to say. 300, what's that, 35? 317. I mean, there's nothing over 1 million. There's no, like, monster fields. 548. I have to say, for the size of them, not bad prices. And there are some smaller ones. There are some sort of medium size as well. So field prices, pretty good. There are 2 additional farms that you need to purchase to get access to. One is here on plot 49. That's 203,000, just over. We're going to buy that now, and you'll see a couple of things pop up. And then the other one is up here on plot 3. If we do that and buy that for 31,000, just over, you get the workshop tree come up there. So we'll have a look at those later on. I know I'm appearing to be a real downer on this, but I've said this on many, many map tours. I get frustrated with maps where you've got lots and lots of land that you can't buy, especially if it can add to storytelling and narrative, or if you're playing multiplayer. We've got loads and loads of areas with lots of little farms, little farmhouses, little barns, even these areas here. So, for example, here we've got the sugar beet pilers. All of this massive expanse here of concrete, asphalt, you can't buy that. It's the perfect place for putting placeables, production chains, for making it into a kind of a factory area, and you can't buy it. Personally, I find that a bit frustrating. Again, I'm just pointing out what's on the map. That you may be absolutely fine with that, and if that's the case, more power to you. So that's all the bits and bobs, the bells and whistles and things and doodads. Right, sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger at the farmhouse, just here. Wardrobe trigger, where was the wardrobe trigger? It's around here somewhere. There you go, around that side. We'll go to this building first. This is just the introduction to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let's go back into first person. There we go. So, header and header trailer. Semi-trailer. Semi-trailer and truck. We have got a Mack truck. Come around into this one. Then here, seeder and planter, auger wagon, big old beasties as well. That's what I mean. As I'm going around, I was thinking, wow, I really, really thought. You wait till the next barn. This is bonkers. Look at this. Look at it. Where was the light switch? Can't remember now. So we've got a case. We have a selection of John Deeres for your perusal. Loads of them. Fertiliser and lime spreader. Cultivator. Out from this one into this one. Harvester. Corn header. Roller. 2 beet harvesters and the roper mouths for picking up off the ground. Told you, there's tons of stuff. Then this building here is your workshop. Pickups outside. We've got a little Kubota inside. And your workshop trigger is just in here. Just there. Now, something I didn't check off camera, and I should have done. So when I said the slot count comes down to, well, the slot count is 1349, 1126 without the vehicles and machinery. I didn't, and again, I suppose because we haven't had many map tours. Can we remove the building? We can sell it. Let's do that. So you can remove the buildings on the farm as well. So you can get the slot count down lower, and you might decide actually the layout's not how I like it. I want to change it, or or you might just want to leave it as it is. But the buildings can be removed. So what we're going to do is jump in the pickup in just a moment. Under build mode, what do we have? Under sheds. So if you do that, as I just said, and decide, oh, actually, the sheds and buildings are all here. So if you do need to swap out or swap around, or you delete one and think, oh, I shouldn't have done that, you can put them back if you want to, which is very helpful. We go across our silos, and down we've got, actually we haven't got one on the farm. Just going to say that. Just there, we've got bale barn with storage, 600 pieces that will hold. And we don't have one on our farm, do we? I don't think we had one on the other two either. But it is there, available, if you want to put one in. If we come down to factories, under factories we've got the sugar beet piler. Now, this is a curiosity, and like I said, we'll get to it later on. It was on the previous version. Yeah, odd one. But you'll see. Sorry, I know I'm being really cryptic. Them sell points, I think we have, yeah. So you've got the standard farmers market there, and we've got the Frankenmuth farmers market just there. I think that's it. There was nothing under animal pens, nothing under decoration, nothing under paintable palette, plants, trees, nothing like that. Everything else was pretty standard. So now we're going to grab the pickup and let's whiz around. That's just the volume of my monitor, but it seems quite loud. Anyway, as I said, the NPCs are on the map. We will see most of them. I think there's only one we'll drive sort of by, but won't necessarily see. So we're going to head south. We're going to do a route round to hopefully take it in as efficiently as possible. Let's say, if big American maps are your thing, and you've been waiting for one, Walter should be out the front there. So there's Walter. You can go and have a chat to Walter at his home. Then this might be right up your street. And contract-wise as well, massive builds. Some of the bigger ones, depending on what it is they're asking you to do, pay out really, really well. But obviously, the bigger the fields, if you're going to get things like sugar beet and things like that, they're going to take a while. Of course they are. But I don't know, yeah. It's lost a bit of character to the previous version, in my opinion. So heading down to the town itself, with the water tower just to the left, we have got, just here, if we turn in, we've got the bakery, just there. Farmers market, the Frankenmuth farmers market, just here. Across the way, we have got the warehouse and warehouse sell point. So some is Riverbend Springs and Hootan. So there's your warehouse, and down the side of it is your sell point for the warehouse. Just past the warehouse, we have got the grain mill. So the grain mill can be purchased, and it's 288,000 for the grain mill. That's just there. Across the way, we've got the gas station for all your fueling needs. And then we have got, just over here, we've got the rent train point. So the train does run north to south. Oh, that might be good timing actually. Let's rent the train. That should stop. Where is the... 1.7 kilometres. Why is that ding-a-linging? I thought the train was just coming. That's weird. Why did that start to do the ding-a-ling? Okay. Might take a little while. So I'll see you probably in a moment when it comes. Anyway, yeah, where does the train go to? The train goes to Birch Run Township. If we go to our map and go down to there. So if you get a contract that says it needs to be sold at Birch Run Township, it needs to go by train. What I will do, because I haven't really done a lot with the trains on Riverbend Springs or on Hootan site. But what we'll do, we'll go into the silo. I'll run through the crop types the silo can hold. So this is the Grain West silo, and this is a transfer silo, huge facility. So you can store in here. You can go from train to vehicle, from vehicle to train if you're taking stuff off to sell, or if you just want to use it as a storage silo. One of the things I was going to point out on the main farm, and I forgot to mention, we don't have a start silo at any of the 3 farms. So you might want to use this as a kind of the cooperative. You can come into the town, store your stuff at the cooperative grain silo, or you might want to place a silo on your farm. There we go, it didn't take too long at all actually. Lucky I can waffle like the best of them, isn't it really? So, let's hop on the train, start that up, switch to the first carriage, open that up. We'll head under, and we'll have a quick look at what we can put into and store in the silo. Why are we not showing? There we go. Start filling. So, wheat, barley, oats, canola, sorghum, sunflower, soybean, corn, potatoes, sugar beet, red beet, carrots, parsnip, long grain rice, rice, green beans, peas, spinach, sugarcane, wood chip, sugar beet cut, olives, grapes, seed, and then back. So a fair amount of stuff actually can be stored in the silo. Now, I've got to be careful here, because when I tried to get on the train when I was doing my prep, I ended up inside the building. So, stop there. Swap out. Just while we're here, Taylor's is just here. We're going to come down the road past that in a moment. And our grain silo for putting in and out is just done here. So in the grate there, or if you're going from the train to a vehicle, out the top there, I'm going to click the rent train button, send that back on its way. So that's your transfer silo. Apologies if you could hear that. That was a really loud motorbike. Okay, I can't imagine that's me that's caused that. That's just a proximity thing. Oh, maybe it is, no. Would be very strange if it is. Anyway, now in reference to my comment about the map being sterile, I guess people would say, well, the thing about that is you can make it what you want then, can't you? You can on the land you can buy. On the land you can't buy, no, you can't do anything about it. But yeah, you're right, on the land that you can buy, yeah, of course you can make grass fields, do whatever you want, add in decorative, put bushes in, that kind of stuff. The problem is on the map, there's no verges, there's no periphery, so all these sections here, and the road sections, actually we might be alright there, I'm just looking, that one leads down halfway, that one leads halfway, might be okay with that. It's all this stuff that you can't buy. I don't know, like I say, it's however you want to take that. So we just saw the Taylors. Across the way there was, after the Taylors, is the Coopers. So your barrel maker. And then just here, we've got the main vehicle shop with workshop trigger around the side here. This is the reset point on the map. Your vehicle's equipment and machinery will reset on this massive open area here. I had a really weird flashback, and this is irrelevant to the map tour, but I came around the corner here, and my vehicle spawned up the back there. So this big open area, plenty of space, large machinery, equipment, and do whatever you want. It's awesome. It reminded me of Parade Square up at RF Halton, when we used to go and do drill competitions and stuff like that. Come around the corner, this big expanse for marching up and down the square. So anyway, it's irrelevant to add, but you know, that's what it reminded me of. I like that. I haven't thought about that in such a long time. Anywho, from the Taylors and Coopers vehicle shop workshop, it's interesting as well how this has been kind of left, I guess, as it was on Riverbend Springs. We've got the dairy, which is just a sell point, which really does surprise me. I don't know why Giants left the dairy on their maps as just a sell point, considering the dairy. I know there's factory ones you can place, I get it, but I don't know, it just seems a bit weird to me. There's your dairy. Throwing all this stuff around. If we go a little bit further along, we've got Katie. We can come and talk to Katie at the animal dealer. So we've got Katie at the animal dealer just out front. Just there. We've got our animal dealer just there. We've got our animal dealer sell point just there. And then around the back, we have got our manure and slurry buy points from the animal dealer. With some animals in some of the pens. We come from the animal dealer. This building here is your carpentry. Just there. The building next door to that is the rope maker. Just here. With the various different triggers and things. There you go. Showing you the ropes since 1998. From the rope maker, we're going to now take a bit of a drive. And I'm going to say to the north at some point is David, and I will show you on the map where he is. So back out along here. And this is where you get that feel you always get on big American maps, especially flat ones. The expanse that you drive along a straight road for miles and miles and miles and miles. It's just fields and fields and fields and fields. There's things like this where you've got a little farm, there's a little red barn. You think, oh, that'd be perfect for a start farm, but you can't buy the land. Same as that one just there. There's a few like that, let's say. I know I've mentioned it already. There's a few forested areas on the map as well. You can do a bit of forestry if you should desire. So, I'm saying to the north, I've got to make sure I get this right. If we go to our map, so we're here, and we came down this road past Walters. If you turn along this track here, there's a house here, and David lives there. Actually, we're going to come back up this road later on, so we'll be able to kind of look across to the right. But to our north at the moment, that's where David is, at that house up there. Just thought I'd point out. And this is the area. This is the bit, I think, where it's most stark to me. I drove through here and I thought, I'm sure when I did the map tour before on here, when I drove through, my brain immediately thought it was really picturesque, it was really lovely. I'm sure there were fences. And again, I can't place what's missing. I think what I'd have to do is go back onto the 22 version and drive through and see. Anyway, right out here, out in the southwest corner of the map, over there, we have got the baseball stadium, and we have got the sell point, which is the Gera elevator sell point. Which, I mean, in essence, it is just a sell point down there, but it's the big old sort of grain elevator. It says Gera, G-E-R-A. I haven't come across any of the 45 collectibles, but then I haven't really been looking. I've just been doing the map tour. I know whenever I say things like that, I then get inundated with messages, people telling me where they all are. I'm fine. I don't necessarily need to know where they all are. My guess would be have a look around the baseball stadium. Maybe there might be one there. I always think of places where I would put them if it was me. Anyway, so this is your grain elevator sell point. We're going to head back along the road to the crossroads where we were in the little town, and then we're going to head north up to the next of the farms that can be purchased. I think we're going to get to, actually might be after that farm. Ben is up this way, and then we'll get to Noah later on. I don't know whether that's going to be a thing now, whether because it's a new feature to the game, whether a lot of map makers are going to add them on. I don't think there's a stipulation that Giants have made that if you're making a map for OS25 you have to have the NPCs on. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of the speech and stuff they do is relevant to the two maps. Maybe not, I suppose it could be relevant to any map, couldn't it? So we're now heading north. David's farm is over there. We are looking for a turning a little bit further up. We're heading to that farm over there to the left. So we've already purchased it. That's plot 49. Now again with this, I'm sure, but I did a lot of map tours. I mean, hundreds of map tours on FS22. In the woodland here, there's a little racetrack. Now I remember it being a lot more of an off-road track on the previous version. But again, I could be mixing up with another map, which again wouldn't be much of a shocker, would it? It's the sort of thing I do. But again, big open area here. Buildings can be sold if you want to. Sleep and wardrobe trigger at the main farm. Workshop triggers over there. Large barns and buildings just here. Actually, I'm wondering. Let's double check. No, it's not showing. I suddenly thought, oh, I wonder if one of these is the bale storage building. But it's not showing as a bale storage building. But you get all this land here with those 2 points on that I've just mentioned. So plenty of shed space and storage space for all your vehicles and machinery. What I'm going to do now is just whiz out through the trees. Actually, I can do it. Well, let's throw the drone up. That'll be an easier way of doing it, won't it? Rather than getting caught up in the trees. Because I'm going to crash. You know I am. That's what I do. So let's throw the drone up. If we follow this track, and then we take that left fork, I think it was. Does that take us back out again? It might have been a bit further along. Follow that to there, then this fork. If you go out to here, there's a little plot with a little field and a little lake. You can put a little log cabin. If you can do a bit of forestry, that's up to you. Here you go. So you've got this track here, goes across the bridge, banked curve at the end. So if you want to come out and do a bit of racing with your mates on whatever you want to do, in whatever you want to do, back across the bridge, round the bank curve. Like I say, I could have sworn the previous version of this, it was more bumpy, like a proper off-roady course. I can't remember, honestly. So, that's farm number 2. Back out to the main road. Coming up on the right hand side, the little house is where Ben lives, so if you want to come and have a chat to Ben about farming related things, he's out the front of his house. We're going to head right up to the top, well not right to the top, next road, crossroads, take it off to the left. We're heading out that direction. We're going to go out towards the sawmill and the sugar beet pilers. Now again, I'm not knocking TaylorFarms. I know, at the end of the day, it's a sugar beet piler, that's the point. But with all the new crop types in game, especially with all the root crops as well, I'm surprised it only does sugar beet. And it's not sugar beet and red beet. I'm not saying it has to do all of them, like all the root crops and everything like that. But again, like I say, it is a sugar beet piler. It is very specific to that crop type. But it does make it a bit of a one-trick pony. But that being said, there's a curiosity to it. Which I will explain. So, now I did a short video clip. Am I going to add it in? I might add it in. Or I could just explain it, because I was a bit puzzled at that point. But so, sawmill is just here, and Noah is at the sawmill. So you can come and buy the sawmill. There's a bit of forestry around for you to do if you want to do a bit around it. And you can have a chat to Noah at the same time. They will be the people dishing out the contracts. Actually saying that, is it worth having a look? Have we got any more contracts? Yeah, we go, look at that. 15 grand for a bit of harvesting. 7s. So that's my cup of tea. Contracts that pay out juicy amounts of money. But it's that thing of, yes they do, but they take a lot more time. So it's that, you know, it's not risk and reward, but you know what I mean? Time in, reward out. So, the sugar beet piler factory area. So we have 2 sugar beet pilers here. Now, as they stand at the moment, they are both just sell points. So you can bring your sugar beet here and you can sell it. And if we go to, what do we want? That, we go down to our sugar beet, which is just there. It says sugar beet piler there and there, so it gives you a price. which actually is quite a bit lower than the farmer's market and the township if you've taken it there. So that's sugar beet piler. So what I did, I bought one load of sugar beet, but it was a lizard trailer, so it was 200,000 litres, and sold it. And I got paid 30 grand, which isn't great for 200,000 litres, but I got paid 30 grand for them just being here as sell points. But what you can do is buy them. What I will say is they don't have collisions either, look. Which surprised me, because when you bring sugar beet, I'll show a little clip in a moment, and drop it off, when you own it, it runs animation, so the sugar beet goes up there along the conveyor belt and it comes out the end onto the sugar beet pile, hence piler. So I thought, oh, I'll jump up and I can have a look at that, but I just walked straight through it, which was weird. So buying it, it's only 15 grand, not too expensive, so you can purchase it. Once you've purchased it, that is no longer a sell point, that is now a factory, and it runs like a factory. So when we click on there now, our sugar beet piler, so sugar beet tear dirt, it runs at a rapid pace. It's insane. Cycles per month 36,000. So 10,000 sugar beet in gives you 10,000 sugar beet out, and I'm saying that in inverted commas, to 275 tear dirt. Now, tear dirt, what this is basically doing is simulating, when it runs through the machine, all the dirt, the clods of mud, all the stuff that's on the sugar beet gets shaken, comes off the sugar beet, and you can take the tear dirt from this conveyor belt, you can take it back out to your fields, you can spread it out on your fields, then next time you cultivate in, it cultivates the dirt back into the ground. So it just adds an element of immersion for real life. However, when you bring your sugar beet here, when you own it and you put it in, it will run through, you'll get your tear dirt, but I didn't get paid for my sugar beet. I was like, hang on a minute, I've got tear dirt out, never got anything for my sugar beet. That's a bit worrying. Now bearing in mind I got 30 grand for 200,000 litres when I sold it normally, so I thought, okay, that's weird, well maybe you get paid on the hour. So I jumped ahead to the next hour. When I jumped ahead, I got paid 61,423. So rather than a base price that I got, we saw the prices for the sugar beet piler, it doubled the price once I owned it, which I wasn't expecting. So it's not storage, you are running it through, you're getting paid for it, and I got paid doubles, yes. So 61,423 for 200,000 litres. What I'll do now is cut to the clip that I did, I think, of me unloading. We might even catch an animation of it, and I think I collected the tear dirt and I might have just dumped it off. Now that was done, I had a binding silo over there just so I could get the sugar beet quickly and put it in. I'll cut to that now. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure when I did the map tour last time, because it baffled me last time, and it didn't occur to me to speed up time to the next hour last time, because I couldn't understand why. If tear dirt was what you got out of it and it ran, I was thinking, but that's great, but where does all your sugar beet go? You're putting a lot of sugar beet through that, and obviously then, yeah, I got paid, this time I got paid on the hour, so. And what I did as well, because I suddenly thought, okay, just in case there's something on the map that's generating income, solar panels or something somewhere, I jumped ahead to the next hour and the next hour, and my money didn't go up at all. So the only thing it could have been was the sugar beet. So anyway. Hope that helps in some way, and I hope it does the same for you. I'm playing on normal economy, on new farmer. So the third farm plot is just up there. What was that, 30 something grand? That's got a couple of big sheds, and it's got a workshop on it as well. Again, no silo. This one doesn't have a farmhouse, sleep trigger, wardrobe trigger, anything like that. Just the buildings. So those two buildings there, and our workshop trigger to the rear. But again, you can remove those buildings if you want to. Back to the road, and we are heading to the northeast of the map now. I always find it fascinating on maps like this, where it's so flat. You can see so far, you know, you can see the large buildings on the horizon and stuff like that, the big farm buildings. I can't imagine living somewhere like that, where it's so flat. Right, next up, added in from Riverbend Springs, a couple of additions. We've got a turning just here on the left, which takes us to the wagon builder. So if you fancy doing some wagon building, that's tucked up here in the trees. I'd say it's very nicely integrated into the map. On something, and there's me just saying about such a flat map. And then just here we've got this little mound, the wagon builder's mound. So the wagon builder is through here, which again you can just bring stuff to it and it will act as a sell point. And a wagon, I think, will just build and disappear, but once you own it, you can do your wagon building to your heart's content. And then out the back, where was it? Just down here. Like I say, very nicely integrated. And then finally, it's a little bit of a drive, but right out to the northwest. Now this little plot here was a curiosity. Maybe, I'm not sure why, or the railroad, they're all going ding ding ding, but nothing's happening. So this facility here is more just a loading bay, loading point for if you want to load stuff onto the train to send it off to Birch Run Township. This plot wasn't too expensive, if I recall. Plot 61, 27 grand. We've got all these plots actually down the side here as well. Small plots here you can pick up. Running off down that way. Anyway, that being said, yeah, so you can have it as a storage facility, put pallets and bits and bobs, and then load onto the train. Again, whatever you want to do, that's entirely up to you. And then finally, right up in the northeast corner of the map, we've got the Grain Elevator Museum. As if on cue, I was just about to say, and where the train comes in on the map. So again, like it is on Riverbend Springs, you can bring all the various different required items, all the planks and various different things, and you can gradually build that. It's saying it needs wood beams and planks long at the moment. Once those are done, it'll be on to the next thing, and you can gradually rebuild the museum if you wish. And that's the map. That's Frankenmuth farming map by TaylorFarms. Like I say, overall, it's a lovely map. And again, if you're looking for an American map, and we're early days into FS25, this might be perfect for what you want to do at the moment. I'm just showing the things that are on the map. I'm not dissing the map maker. I'm not knocking them. I'm not having a go at them. Overall, it's a lovely map. It's very cool. I think that's the overriding thing I want to take away from it. I hope you found it useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.